The 737 engine, APU, and main wheel well fire protection systems are the same as those in other jet transports. The systems detect and extinguish fires in the engine and APU, and detect fires in the main wheel well. The engines have a dual-loop overheat fire detection system. The two loops are used for overheat detection and fire detection. The APU fire detection system operates independently of the engine system. It operates the same as the engine system, but uses one loop for fire detection. There is no overheat detection capability for the APU. The main wheel well fire detection system is a one-loop system. It operates the same way as the engine fire detection system. There are two fire extinguisher bottles for the engines. Each bottle can be used only one time. One or two bottles can be used on an engine fire. There is one fire bottle for the APU. The fire extinguishers are supplied power by the hot battery bus. You can discharge the extinguishers with all electrical power off. The engine and APU overheat fire detection systems are powered by the battery bus. The wheel well fire detection system uses AC power. You must have the AC buses energized to activate or test the wheel well system. The cargo compartment fire protection system consists of two systems: cargo compartment smoke detection and cargo compartment fire extinguishing. The cargo compartment smoke detection system is powered by DC bus 1 and DC bus 2. The cargo compartment fire extinguishing system is powered by the hot battery bus. There is also fire protection equipment in the lavatories. Overheat and fire indications are shown on the flight deck on the overheat fire protection panel, cargo fire panel, and the master caution fire panel. A fire bell is installed to give an oral alert when a fire is detected. The two-loop detection system can give an indication of an engine overheat or engine fire condition. The engine overheat light illuminates at a lower temperature than occurs with a fire. Normally, the two loops must send overheat signals for the light to illuminate. An overheat has occurred in the number 1 engine. The master caution lights, the overheat detect light, and the related engine overheat light illuminate. Push the master caution light to extinguish the light and reset the master caution system. Move the thrust lever back to reduce the engine temperature. When the overheat condition is gone, the overheat indications are removed. The system receives the signal that an engine fire exists. The fire detection system operates the same for an engine fire as it does for an overheat. An engine fire indication occurs at a higher temperature than for an overheat condition. The two loops must send fire signals for the alert to occur. There is a fire in the number 1 engine. These are the indications of an engine fire. The fire warning bell operates. The master fire warning lights, the master caution lights, and the overheat detect light illuminates. The related engine fire warning switch and the engine overheat light illuminate on the overheat fire protection panel. Push a master fire warning light or the fire warning bell cutout switch to stop the fire bell and reset the system. Now reset the master caution system. Pull the engine number 1 fire warning switch. When you pull the engine fire warning switch, it arms one discharge squib of each extinguisher bottle. Closes the engine fuel shutoff valve and the spar fuel shutoff valve. Closes the hydraulic fluid shutoff valve and deactivates the hydraulic pump low pressure light. Closes the engine bleed air valve. Trips the generator relay and generator breaker, and prevents the use of reverse thrust for that engine. After you pull the engine fire warning switch, you turn the switch in one direction to discharge the selected fire bottle. Now turn the number 1 fire warning switch. After a short delay, the related bottle discharge light illuminates to show that the bottle has discharged. Turn the fire warning switch in the opposite direction to discharge the other fire extinguisher bottle. After a short delay, the other bottle discharge light illuminates. The red light in the engine fire warning switch extinguishes when the temperature decreases below the fire warning activation temperature. The engine overheat light extinguishes when the overheat condition is gone. The engine fire warning switch for the other engine operates the same. The engine fire warning switch is usually locked down. An engine overheat or fire warning supplies a signal that electrically unlocks the engine fire warning switch, which lets you pull the switch. There is a manual override release button that is used if the automatic release fails. It overrides the locking mechanism. You manually push down the override release button and pull the fire switch to override a failed automatic release. APU fire detection operates independently of the engine system. It operates the same as the engine system, but contains only one loop for fire detection. Normally, if an APU fire is detected, the APU shuts down automatically. There is a fire in the APU. These are the flight deck indications of an APU fire. The fire warning bell operates. The master fire warning lights illuminate. The APU fire detection system is for fire only. The master caution and overheat detect annunciator lights do not illuminate. The APU fire warning switch illuminates on the overheat fire protection panel. Stop the fire warning bell and reset the system. Pull the APU fire warning switch. When you pull the APU fire warning switch, it arms the extinguisher bottle discharge squib, closes the APU fuel shutoff valve which shuts down the APU, closes the APU bleed air valve, trips the APU generator off the bus, and closes the APU air inlet door. You can turn the APU fire warning switch to the left or right to discharge the fire bottle. Now turn the APU fire warning switch. After a short delay, the APU bottle discharge light illuminates. The red light in the APU fire warning switch extinguishes when the temperature cools below the fire activation temperature. An APU fire can also be extinguished from the APU ground control panel located in the main wheel well. There is an APU fire warning horn in the wheel well that operates when there is an APU fire. It is heard at the same time as the fire warning bell in the flight deck. You stop the fire warning horn and the fire warning bell if you push the APU horn cutout switch. Also, there is an APU fire warning light that flashes when there is a fire. There is an APU fire. The APU automatically shuts down when there is a fire. If the fire continues, pull the fire control handle to the down position to make sure the APU is shut down. Now, pull down the fire control handle. When you pull the fire control handle in the wheel well, it is the same as if you pulled the APU fire warning switch in the flight deck. Move the APU bottle discharge switch to discharge the APU fire bottle. When the loop cools, the APU fire warning light extinguishes. The main wheel well fire detection system uses one detector loop in the main landing gear wheel well. The system detects a wheel well fire. The wheel well fire indications are: the fire warning bell operates, the master fire warning lights, and the wheel well fire warning light illuminate. Push the master fire warning light or the bell cutout switch to stop the fire warning bell and reset the system. A wheel well fire is extinguished by airflow. There are no fire extinguishers for the wheel well. You lower the landing gear to let air flow through the wheel well. Airspeed must be below the maximum landing gear extension speed before you lower the landing gear. Lower the landing gear. When the detector loop cools, the wheel well fire warning light extinguishes.